はい、皆さんこんにちは、ゆうです。Hey guys, this is you from the Coffee Fukuoka channel. So today we'll be doing a coffee review. So today we'll be doing a review for Green Spot. So this is how the package looks like. So the blend is called half and half, and it's the blend of the shop, the coffee shop. And they also have something interesting they're saying, which is that the coffee beans, you can just leave it for 2 to 3 weeks at room temperature. And if you're going to leave it even longer, put it in the freezer and make sure that you double seal the bag. So very interesting. So basically what's interesting about this place, the Green Spot, this I introduced in the vlog as well. It's a very interesting place because it's been there for about 30 years, more than 30 years, and the master there knows a lot about coffee. And one thing that he was saying, which was very interesting, was that there's a reason why a lot of people nowadays like to roast their coffee light, or perhaps there might be a reason. What he's trying to say is that he he typically roasts dark. His roasts are usually very dark roasted, and the only way you can enjoy dark roasted coffee is if you can get the best quality of coffee possible. So what he's trying to say is that all of the other people who are, well, I guess roasting their coffee lightly, either don't have a good quality coffee, or there's another reason, which might be like for monetary gains. So in the sense that you can make more money selling light roasted coffee rather than dark roasted coffee, because if you roast coffee, it becomes lighter. So the darker you roast it, the lighter it becomes, which means that the less you will be able to sell. So basically, if you have, let's say, 5 kilos of coffee that you buy, if you roast that to a very dark roast, that 5 kilo is going to probably reduce by maybe half or something, which means that you'll only be able to sell a little bit compared to light roast coffee, because light roast coffee will retain its density, so it's going to still be heavy, which means you'll be able to sell more. So that's very interesting, these two reasons that he was pointing out. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he's saying. So guys, now I will show you what the roast degree of this coffee is. So guys, if you can see this, I'm sure you'll understand that this is crazy dark. I would not even term this as a French roast. This would be like an Italian roast, like an espresso roast, but he terms it as the French roast. And this is his blend. Can you believe it? So as far as the fragrance goes, it's really sweet, very powerful, and it sort of has this aftertaste, like an aftertaste feeling once you take a good smell of it, and it's very sweet as well, and very chocolatey, like chocolatey. So I'll be using 30 grams of coffee today. So 30 grams is unusual because not many people use 30 grams of coffee, but he uses 30 grams of coffee. So I'm really interested to try that out and get like a really good, strong, powerful coffee. So guys, today I'll be using the Hario beaker and then the Kono dripper, and the water temperature is around 84 degrees Celsius. So the smell is really intense, very similar to like dark chocolate, some kind of like cacao, some earthiness to it. And I haven't seen any like coffee dome or coffee bubbles. So it tells me that it's definitely more than a week after roasting. So the technique I'm using now is called the classic. If you check out the course, um, it's one of the more simple ways, I guess, or the more standard way of extracting the coffee. いただきます。Alright, guys, so this coffee is unlike any other coffee that you'll probably have had. Because nowadays, what's happening is that a lot of these good, I guess, roaster cafes or roasteries around, probably nearby you, they will mostly serve lighter roast coffee because obviously, they say that lighter roast means that you get to really get the distinct tastes and the personalities of the coffee, where they come from and everything, and the farm and everything. And that's really understandable. And there's also a part of it which is that they do use very little coffee, and they try and make coffee like tea so that you enjoy more of the aroma rather than the taste. Now, this is basically 180 degrees the opposite. So what I mean is that this is you will get the full force of coffee and dark roasted coffee. It coats your tongue like butter, and it's very, very powerful but delicious as well. And it's also very, very sweet. There's a point in coffee, I think, for good coffee when you roast it to a certain degree, and it starts to bring out these different sort of sugars. I think sugar compounds found in like caramel, those kind of things. So I'm also getting a bit of this nutty, caramelly type of taste as well. And yeah, it's really, really strong but really good. And I think that these kind of coffee will go really well when you pair it with a cheesecake, something heavy like a cheesecake, like a chocolate cake, even like a pie, which has some kind of like an egg custard or like an egg filling. That will be really, really good. And that's why you usually find these types of coffee, when you go out and drink, they always come with like a cake set or something. So yeah, just by itself it's still good, but I would recommend you have it with something else. But yeah, it's very different, from what you're used to, and from what I'm actually used to as well. But I do really love dark roast, so for this for me is really, really good. So I'm also getting a little bit of some acidity as the temperature is now cooling down. When I was talking with the master, he was telling me that he included in a few countries, one or two countries, which would bring in a little bit of acidity, I think. So that's where it's probably coming from. But yeah, overall, it's really, really good. So guys, I hope you found something insightful from this video. Um, Although it's in Japanese, you can find the website here. So it's greenspot-sara.com, greenspot-sara.com, and it's in Oita in Beppu city. So if you ever have the chance to visit, the hot spring city, Beppu, definitely go to Green Spot. It's a great place, good atmosphere, and then the cake combinations are amazing, and the master is very likable, a person you can have an easy conversation with, and I think you'll really, really enjoy it there. Alright guys, I will see you in the next coffee video. See you!